Fellow Agile gamers, this week's Agile Game of the Week is the Estimation Game, a game about story point estimation. In this virtual Agile game, we introduce and contextualise some of the challenges around story point estimation. Before we start, however, for more videos and content on virtual agility, ring the bell to subscribe to the Virtual Agile Coach channel. When should you use this game? Now, are your teams or stakeholders new to the concept of story points? Or are you working with an existing team which perhaps needs a refresher on the story points, the why and the how? Then this game is for you. Play this game with your teams or those within your company to show them in a very tangible way how story point estimation works, alongside some of the pitfalls and challenges that they may face. As always, this game intends to be interactive and engaging, and it starts with a very simple game. You ask the participants to arrange these animals in order of size. Quite simple. Just practice it. It warms people up to the concept of estimation. We then move to a little bit of explanation around story points, and we show a classic image, buildings in the UK, to contextualise the Fibonacci sequence and the size of buildings related to one another and growing exponentially on scale. We also introduce the concept of t-shirt sizes for those that are new. We then go into the game, and there are 3 rounds. In the first round, we ask the team to estimate in story points the size of these fruits. And this round's very easy because it's very tangible. People know the size of fruit. Apart from a couple of nuanced ones like gooseberry, which some teams, depending on where they're from, may not understand, it's usually very easy. And you can do this with multiple teams concurrently at the same time and compare and contrast the results. What I find in round 1 is that the majority of teams are able to align and estimate according to size very well and with a lot of similarities. We then go into round 2, and in round 2 we estimate the complexity this time, not the size, of grooming a certain range of dogs. Now this presents a new challenge. Not only is the complexity of grooming a dog based on its size, but also its temperament, also how long and lustrous or curly or difficult to tame its fur is. And there are various animals in there. Again, some canines that people will be very familiar with, and some less so. Interestingly, there is one dog in there that is made up entirely, and it's always interesting to find out how a team responds to that. Do they estimate it anyway based on an assumption, or do they question that and say no to estimating it? And in the third round, we introduce further complexity still. In this situation, in round 3, we invite the team to again estimate in story points the population of a set of countries, 10 countries. And again, it's even more difficult this time because the size of a country is far more abstract. It's far less tangible. It's a huge concept. And the size of a country in terms of its landmass doesn't always correspond with the population of people that live in it. So we play these 3 rounds, and then of course we wrap up with a bit of a conclusion session. There's also, by the way, a bit of visuals showing story point estimation and velocity over time burn down, so there's a little bit of detail there. And as mentioned, there's a conclusion session. So we ask the team, after they've practiced these various rounds, what have they learned about estimation? What challenges do they think they'll have actually using estimation? What ongoing questions do they still have about estimation? And lastly, what feedback they have about the session. If anyone wants to access the Miro downloadable file of this game, get in contact and I'll send it to you. Of course, if you found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as always, folks, don't stop believing.